It's the Tesla right there. The Tesla.
It's a 360 deal for Scientology? If that's the case, I might sign up. Scientology. Now, I don't really know too much about Scientology, but I've been seeing it trending a lot recently. People breaking in, doing speed runs, and uncovering the secrets of Xenu. So I figured we'd react to some Scientology videos. Before we get into the video, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, join the Discord server in the description below. Let's go. Okay, all I do know about Scientology is that it was started by a science fiction novelist, so take that as you will.
You've probably heard of Scientology.
Why is it a religion? What's it here? What's it mean?
Well, whatever you have heard, if you haven't heard it from us, I can assure you, we are not what you expect.
Yeah, I don't know what to really expect, so I don't know. Well, what is all this editing? It's not telling me anything so far. Wait, why did it have crosses? Okay, I thought that it was like not anti-Christianity, but okay, maybe I don't have the right idea. That's what I'm saying. That's why we gotta learn, because I don't know what the fuck is going on. But okay. There's one in Harlem? Oh no, no. Okay.
So take a look.
Oh, finally.
And then decide for yourself.
I think. Okay, that literally told me nothing except they have a damn good editor. Okay, this is definitely gonna be more informative. I hope.
You might have heard of Scientology, but where did it start and what exactly do they believe in? Hey, it's Dan Zimmerman and welcome back to Illustrate to Educate. In this short video, we'll dive into a detailed explanation of the basics of Scientology, covering its origins, beliefs, texts, practices, and so much more. It presents itself as a religion that offers a precise path to self-improvement and spiritual enlightenment.
Okay.
Using a structured system of counseling and
self-discovery. So what I do know is they do counseling, they do auditing, they make you answer like a lot of personalized questions so that they can use it against you later. I heard they do not stop harassing you. Like once you sign up to like get information, they will not stop calling and texting you and emailing you until you join. And then I see that like they don't get paid either. It's like publicly accepted child labor with the wages. I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm not gonna lie.
While some view it as a genuine faith, others criticize it as a commercial enterprise or a cult.
Facts.
Scientology was founded by L. Ron Hubbard, an American science fiction writer and former naval officer. Before establishing Scientology, Hubbard wrote extensively in the science fiction and fantasy genres. In 1950,
okay, I will say this, and this is something I've been thinking about a lot. If there's an entire religious movement that was started by a man who did fantasy novels, would that not be like a red flag? Like, who's to say that this entire religion that we're following was not made up by some guy in his basement who's crazy? I don't know this guy personally, obviously, but that's just a red flag. That's just me, though.
Dianetics, the modern science of mental health, which introduced his theory of the reactive mind, claiming that past traumatic experiences,
so it's just a bunch of theories,
engrams stored in the subconscious, negatively affect present behavior. The book became a bestseller and sparked the Dianetics movement, which aimed to help individuals rid themselves of engrams through a process called auditing,
which I brought up earlier, so good to know.
After the initial Dianetics movement lost momentum due to financial and organizational struggles, Hubbard refined his ideas and formally founded the Church of Scientology in 1954 in Los Angeles, California. He positioned it as a religion rather than a self-help movement,
interesting,
tax-exempt status, and expanding its spiritual claims. Throughout the 1950s and 1960s, Scientology expanded globally, establishing churches and recruiting members. Hubbard developed new teachings, including the operating thetan levels, which claimed to unlock extraordinary spiritual abilities. The organization became highly secretive and controlled, leading to conflicts with governments and ex-members. In the 1970s, Scientology faced legal battles, including Operation Snow White.
What is that?
A covert program where church members infiltrated U.S. government agencies to remove unfavorable information about Scientology.
Oh shit, okay, so they basically had their own version of like the raid. Okay, they didn't like what the government was saying about them, so they basically stormed the entire fucking building. Okay, so January 7th, got it.
This led to multiple arrests, including the imprisonment of Hubbard's wife, Mary Sue Hubbard. After Hubbard's death in 1986, David Miscavige took over as the church's leader. Under his leadership, Scientology aggressively expanded its influence, fought legal battles to regain tax-exempt status, which it achieved in the US in 1993, and sought to gain celebrity endorsements.
Oh, is it Tom Hanks or Cruise? Scientologist?
Scientology does not adhere to a traditional concept of God.
Okay.
Instead, it teaches that individuals are spiritual
beings. Boom. So what I do remember is they said an alien... This is insane. An alien species invaded Earth, some shit exploded, and boom, Scientology. Or something, I don't know.
Who possess godlike potential but have forgotten their true nature. While the church acknowledges the existence of a supreme being or infinite, it does not define this entity nor require followers to believe in a specific deity. Scientology does not consider Jesus Christ a divine figure.
Okay, so boom, right? So if this is so if they don't consider Jesus divine, why am I so what are all the cross motifs for? Because the cross traditionally symbolizes Jesus in Christianity, Catholicism as well. But what is the link that they have to the cross? I'm just curious.
Hubbard acknowledges Jesus as a historical person. He dismissed Christian teachings as part of implanted false memories that were used to control people in past lives. Some Scientology texts even suggest that Jesus was an inferior spiritual figure compared to Hubbard's insights. Scientology teaches that humans are immortal spiritual beings called thetans who have lived through countless past lives, even on other planets. Thetans are trapped in matter, energy, space, and time, and must undergo spiritual awakening to reclaim their power. The church's goal is to help thetans free themselves from their limitations through auditing and spiritual advancement. Next, let's look at sacred texts and teachings.
Oh shit, they got sacred texts.
Scientology's key teachings come from the writings and lectures of L. Ron Hubbard, which include, number 1, Dianetics, the modern science of mental health, the foundational book explaining the reactive mind and how auditing can remove engrams.
Boy, what's an engram?
Scientology, A History of Man, which describes past life experiences and concepts of thetans. 3, The Creation of Human Ability, which details auditing techniques.
Okay.
4, Advanced Operating Thetan Materials, secret writings only available to high-level Scientologists.
Interesting.
One of the most infamous
Xenu
story, where Hubbard claimed that 75 million years ago, a galactic ruler named Xenu sent billions of beings to Earth, then called Tejiak. He killed them with hydrogen bombs and trapped their spirits. These spirits, called body thetans, now attach to humans and cause mental and emotional problems. Most of these teachings are only revealed to members after they pay for years of expensive courses. Next, let's look at some of the main practices.
So, like I said earlier, this is a damn good... Yo, let me tell you, bro, if this was deadass like a fiction novel, bro, I would deadass read this shit. I am so serious, bro. If this was not a religion, this would make like a really good fucking movie, bro. Basically, Xenu the alien came to Earth, blew that bitch up with a hydrogen bomb, and the dead spirits of the aliens on Earth are haunting us today and causing all of our problems. Okay. And then you can only figure out how to fight them off if you spend mad money. Fuck it, I guess.
Of Scientology. Auditing is the central practice of Scientology, similar to counseling, but structured as a question and answer session. A trained Scientologist, known as an auditor, helps a participant recall past traumas using an e-meter or an electropsychometer, a device that allegedly measures electrical responses in the body. The goal is to remove negative engrams and achieve a state called clear, where
So are engrams like bad memories and bad experiences?
A person is free from subconscious limitations. Scientologists advance through a structured spiritual progression known as the Bridge to Total Freedom, which includes levels such as Level 1, Pre-Clear, a beginner who undergoes auditing, Level 2, Clear, a person free of engrams, and Level 3, Operating Thetan levels, Advanced levels where a Scientologist supposedly gains extraordinary abilities such as telepathy and mind over matter control. Each level requires expensive coursework, with costs reportedly reaching hundreds of thousands of dollars for completion. Scientology enforces a strict disconnection policy,
Right.
meaning members must cut ties with critics.
So boom, 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 boom. Perfect. So what I am assuming is that the videos that we see of like people walking around the Scientology building,
It's the Tesla right there.
Which one?
The Tesla.
The white one?
they probably are level 2, like free from the engrams, because they're already in the cult, and so they're already kind of disconnected from society, so they don't really have like negative outside like stimulation. So I guess that's like free of engrams for them. Has anybody done telepathy? That's my thing. Like, oh, you know what? Boom. So in the video that we just watched, where he does like the announcement shit with all the cool editing, the guy that goes to the chair, not the chair, the standing podium, he probably did like a little bit of, like, he probably used the force or some shit that they did like a magic trick on to like make people believe, okay, this is what happens if you spend $100,000. It's like a big Ponzi scheme.
Members or family members who are deemed suppressive persons. This has led to widespread accusations of family separation and social isolation. Scientology also heavily recruits celebrities through the Celebrity Center, offering them privileged status within the church. Some of the most famous Scientologists have
Tom Hanks,
included
right?
Tom
Cruise.
John Travolta, and Elizabeth Moss.
Scientology who's Elizabeth English? Who's Elizabeth Moss? Sounds familiar. John Travolta I know, and Tom Cruise I know.
Uses these figures to promote its public image while suppressing criticism. Lastly, let's look at some of the controversies and criticisms that surround Scientology. Critics argue that Scientology operates more like a business than a religion, requiring members to pay large sums of money for courses, auditing, and spiritual progress. Some ex-members have described it as a pay-to-play system that pressures people into financial hardship. Scientology has a history of aggressive litigation and intimidation tactics against former members, journalists, and government officials.
Boom, right? So here's what I do think I know about this. So, like I mentioned during the auditing, they asked you some really personal fucking questions and shit from what I've seen. And so I'm assuming that if there were people that genuinely filled out that auditing experience, their bad memories and their experiences were probably being used against them by Scientology to pressure them to not speak out or to like stay in the cult. And then I've also seen like physical abuse allegations and shit like that, like punishments. I don't know, some shit like that.
Fair game policy created by Hubbard once permitted Scientologists to attack or ruin critics.
There we
by
go.
Any
See?
means necessary. Although the church claims this policy is no longer in effect, many ex-Scientologists report continued harassment. Numerous former members have accused the church of abusive practices, including forced labor in the Sea Organization, a religious order within Scientology where members sign billion-year contracts and work under extreme conditions.
So it's a 360 deal for Scientology? Oh shit, they got him in a 360. So there was that. Now, like I mentioned at the start of the video, there's been people that are doing like speed runs. So here we go.
This is just one snapshot of so.
Bro, is that Jesus, bro?
Including a man dressed like Jesus stampeding right through security at a Scientology building on Hollywood Boulevard.
Interesting.
Screaming as they sprint
Xenu!
into the organization's notoriously clandestine halls.
But let's go in.
Others taking a more subtle approach. Even signing in, looking for access.
Hi. Oh no, let me do that real quick.
Or apparent content for social media videos that are suddenly everywhere. They're calling it speedrunning Scientology.
Bro.
Inspired by video game slang, here the players are not just confronting guards, but unlocking maps of the buildings.
That's crazy.
Former Scientologist turned critic Leah Remini slamming the efforts as failing to highlight anything substantive.
It feels like it's about clicks, and it's turning something serious into content, and in doing so it completely loses the point.
Their purpose isn't entirely clear, and some participants
I think they're just trying to find
be
Xenu.
teenagers. One creator credited with beginning the trend, known only as Swiley, telling The Hollywood Reporter I didn't do this whatsoever to come out against them or anything. I do not condone what I did, even though I didn't break any laws. With a Scientology spokesperson telling NBC News, these are peaceful spaces. Turning them into targets for viral stunts is not journalism, protest, or civic action.
Okay, what I want to know is where's the big blue building? The one that's being shown right now? And I think it's in LA. I've been to LA and I've never seen it before. Obviously, like, I probably just didn't go to where it's at. But, like, what part of LA is it in? Or maybe I have the location, like, messed up. But I've never seen it, and I've never seen any Scientologists when I went to LA. So I don't know. Maybe it's just one of those things where you find when you look for it. You know what I mean?
It is trespass, harassment, and disruption of religious facilities. The spokesperson adding they're taking protective security measures and reporting the incidents to police.
Oh, nah.
After a recent incident last weekend, the LA Times reporting that the LAPD's Major Crimes Division has been tasked with investigating it as an alleged hate crime.
Just get out! Thank you! Go! Get out! Go!
As Remini has cautionary words for the content creators and their legal exposure.
This trend creates chaos. It creates a spectacle. And worst of all, it hands Scientology exactly what they want, the ability to position themselves as the victim.
So, yeah, we are talking about private property here. Sam Brock joins us. I mean, what is the criminal investigation showing?
So we reached out to the LAPD. They have not responded to us yet. You look at these videos and you see people clearly forcing their way onto private property, right? Is that a crime? LAPD says to NBC LA that they are investigating right now at least 2 people from this incident this past Saturday, both for vandalism and robbery, that no one is
robbery
at this point. But they also said that they're beefing up their patrols, Tom, around that area off of Hollywood Boulevard and are monitoring this ongoing trend. At this point, it should be very clear to anyone in the region that there are individuals trying to break into.
Is that an alien costume?
As far as additional security measures that the church itself had talked about, they wouldn't specify, but they did apparently, according to video and reporting that we've seen, take the door handles off of the main entrance. So if someone wants to try to come by and slam their way through, you no longer can at least open the door.
There's so many people in there, it's going to get dangerous and something's eventually going to happen.
A literal stampede, as you saw.
Okay, Sam, great to have you here.
So that was basically a little dive into Scientology, a really overly flashy edited video, an objective explanation, and a look into speedrunning. I don't fuck with Scientology. Obviously, I'm Christian. It's not my jam. But, I mean, like, it's just, like I said, bro, like, if we have a science fiction novelist writer over here, an author, who made an entire story about fucking aliens coming to Earth with hydrogen bombs, that's gotta be a red flag. But it probably doesn't make sense to them. It makes sense to the people in Scientology because, like, they have a cult-like recruitment process. So to them, it makes perfect fucking sense. I do want to see, like, has anybody done telekinesis or some shit? Because if that's the case, I might sign up. I ain't gonna lie. But if you guys enjoyed the video, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Join the Discord server in the description below so we can build a community. And let me know what else you want me to react to. Peace.